What's going on, guys? It's Rage, and for the final time, welcome back to the Black Ops 7 beta. By the point in time this video goes live, the Black Ops 7 beta is going to be all wrapped up, all said and done, so go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below. What would you all rate the Black Ops 7 beta out of 10? Personally, I'm very thankful for Treyarch and extending the beta an extra day. I had a whole lot of fun playing it, and I really don't think it's too outlandish, too far to say that this is the best beta that we had in a couple of years. So again, this video here is just going to be kind of the sit down and talk beta review video. I wanted to talk about my pros and cons. The good news is that a lot of my cons that I had initially had, the initial problems that I had with this game, have already been addressed by Treyarch, but there's still quite a few things that I want to talk about. So real quick to go ahead and rapid fire the pros, the things that I really did enjoy about the Black Ops 7 beta. The maps are insanely nice. The Gravemaker might be my new favorite lethal score streak in all of Call of Duty. I would say movement overall feels smooth and reliable. Wall jumping is great. New overclock abilities are pretty cool and unique, especially for the score streaks. I really do like that it gives some extra variety in what your equipment does. Active camo field upgrade is really unique. Feel like it'd be cool to have some more specialist abilities worked into the field upgrades. Still gonna go back and discuss literally everything more in detail here, but again, like I was just saying with the cons, a lot of what I already talked about has been addressed by Treyarch, so we'll definitely see how things are adjusted. For a perfect example, the doors, time to kill, the scope wobble on the VS Recon, those are all things that have already been adjusted and are going to be coming at the launch of the game, so that's great to hear. Just because I had to click into my class, this is also another con. This little UI thing, I don't know what it is. You'll go ahead and select something, and on KBAM you hit escape, and then you just can't click back on it. It seems like anyway that there's like a little bit of a UI delay here, which again, probably just a beta thing, but that is something that bothered me a little bit. Now, as I was going to say, I did mention this in my very first BO7 video, that the way that Dexterity works in this game, I feel like it should just be the default movement. I feel like Dexterity's movement should just be the default here. When it comes over here to the field upgrades, the drone pod is extremely obnoxious, and I really do think that it would be better off as a low tier score streak in the game, maybe on a similar level to that of the Scout Pulse. Like, it could be a low tier score streak just like that, 300-400 points to get it, because the damage that these actually do are pretty significant. I think if you get hit head on by it, it deals like 60 damage. I feel like this, the point turret with enemies running dogs and things like that, I feel like you're kind of forced to run EMP grenades in this game. Now again, we'll see how it's balanced, but I don't know. I feel like the drone pod, I saw a lot of discussion about this, that could probably be moved to a score streak. Next thing that I wanted to talk about here is Gung Ho. Now, this isn't exactly a con, but I feel like it's something that could be adjusted with the perk. I did talk about it a little bit in my recent Black Ops 7 sniping video. If you haven't seen it, feel free to check it out, but Gung Ho is actually super beneficial, especially on things like the VS Recon. In Black Ops 6, and especially here in Black Ops 7, I feel like it's just a thing with the Omni movement when you're using bolt action rifles and constantly sprinting and moving around, that what ends up happening when you're using bolt actions is that your gun will naturally tilt down and then you rechamber it like that, but Gung Ho here in Black Ops 7 keeps your gun more upright and stable while you're rechambering. But the thing that I would like to see either adjusted specifically here to the perk, or maybe just again have an option for this in settings. I don't know if there actually is a setting. Let me look this up here real quick. We have the option here of sprint canceling reload, which is off by default, and I don't know if this ties into it, so you might have to correct me on this if someone does know. Reason why I bring it up with the bolt actions is because firing while sprinting bolt action rifles will again keep your weapon more steady. But one adjustment to Gung Ho that I really do think would be really beneficial with the way that BO7 works across the board is that it could continue the reload while you're wall bouncing. I've had quite a few times throughout the course of the beta, I'll be trying to like reload while going off the wall and it cancels the reload, and I'm just sitting here thinking like maybe that could be added on to Gung Ho, because Gung Ho again already gives you more control over your weapon while you're moving, and especially beneficial with the Omni movement system. I feel like that's just one thing that could be added on to it as well. It'd be really cool to go ahead, finish the reload animation while you're wall bouncing and getting to a new spot. Maybe that's again something that could either be added to the perk or just as kind of like another sprint cancels reload option in the game. Now, while I'm on the topic of perks, I wanted to go ahead and talk about this. Looper is great. It's just another one of these things that I feel like should just be the default in the game. And again, going back to Dexterity here for a second, I did want to go ahead and mention Parasite's tweet. I think that his feedback is really, really good on this, being that again, the Dexterity benefit should just be default, but if you decide to run the perk, you should get benefits to mantle and sprint and slide to fire speeds. I think that would be a huge help, especially as someone who likes to snipe a lot. The sprint to fire times with the bolt actions, sprint and slide to fire times are very slow by default on bolt actions, and you need a lot of attachments to help with that. So I think just across the board, if Dexterity was balanced more that way, that'd be awesome. I mentioned this as well early on. I felt like the weapon leveling without double weapon XP was really, really slow. It's typically like that again for a beta, and the XP rates will more than likely be adjusted on launch. I'm thinking something by default, like a 30% increase to it would be good. As far as I know right now, there isn't a perk for it in the game, and this is something that again Treyarch has already adjusted, but the view of the minimap, I feel like the base view of the minimap needs to be zoomed zoomed out again. Like, it was really close zoomed in, because when you're trying to follow the red dots on the minimap, like trying to get that information, I feel like a lot of the time I was seeing like more red lines, meaning that it was like just out of view on the radar. So there might be something like this, something like forward intel in the game, just to kind of like zoom out the radar a little bit more. I feel like that would be really nice. Also, I know it's not in the beta right now, but I'm pretty sure they said there was going to be another HARP in this game, so that's really good too. Just as a quick side note, I would also like to give the Scout Pulse a very quick shout out, because I am sorry, I was not familiar with your game in the overclocks. The enhanced sensors on the Scout Pulse, showing directional arrows instead of red dots, that is huge. Having something like this in Looper by default, oh my god, that would be absolutely phenomenal. Or again, like maybe this would get adjusted once the HARP does come to the game. Despite whatever ends up happening, I'm just really glad that we don't need to have this discussion about how red dots work on a minimap in a Treyarch game. Thank you. One other con that I wanted to talk about was keyboard and mouse sensitivity. Now again, I know, oh, skill issue, you have your whole arm to aim, why are you complaining, blah blah blah. I heard quite a few people talking about this, so I know it's not just me, but there was just something with the way that ADS sensitivity was feeling in this game. Oh, that's awesome. I just noticed that that all got reset too. Ah, yeah, that's another con that I'm thinking about it. During the course of the beta, I've noticed that all of my settings get reset like all the time. I wanted to make this point because I was picking up red guns today and I was like, damn dude, again, I feel like I'm zooming in way too fast. But again, I almost never mess with these because I'm just very used to the old Call of Duty sensitivity where there wasn't anything like horizontal and vertical sensitivities and dead zones. Like, it was just pick your one sensitivity and go back in the old CODs. I again never mess with this, but with my current sensitivity running 1400 DPI and 2.2, 2.3 sensitivity in this game, I dropped all of my in-scope sensitivities here to like 0.9 and it felt a lot better. I don't know if it was just something with my mouse or again just something weird here with ADS sensitivity transition. Usually I do leave it on gradual because as a sniper I drag scope quite a bit naturally, so I don't know. Again, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just placebo, but I heard enough people talking about it to where I'm like, okay, I know I'm not crazy. And now speaking of skill issues, I'm prepared to get that a lot when I go to talk about this next thing with how snipers work, because I really do feel like something is just off with the sniping. Not just with the VS Recon and the XR3 Ion, but also the Gravemaker as well. There have been way too many times where I know I am right on target and the shot still misses. I don't know if it's just a connection thing, don't know if it's latency. I mean, ever since they added the open mosh pit, we'll talk about skill base here in a little bit, but ever since the open mosh pit, I was rarely packet bursting. I don't know what it is, if there's just like a delay in something, but it's like the second that I pull the trigger, that's where I expect my shot to go. But it feels like if I get my reticle right on somebody, I pull the trigger and then like slightly move the scope, you know, like as I'm drag scoping, it's like the bullet is either just not registering or it's like Wanted where I'm like curving the bullet around them or something. That might be a slight exaggeration with like the Wanted reference, but I'll notice that like I'll drag scope, go to shoot when my target is on them, look back at it in the replay, and it's like wherever my scope drags to, that's where the bullet trail seems to go. And also with the Gravemaker, I've had way too many times where I'm like dead set, dead center on target, and it still misses. Like I don't know what I'm doing. To give it the benefit of the doubt though, or to be just critical of myself, maybe it has something to do with the fact that like I might be hitting, you know, A or D to be strafing from side to side while I'm pulling the trigger, and that might be causing an issue where it's like while I'm still moving and shooting that my shot isn't going to be accurate. That's completely real. That's completely a possibility. Maybe it's something with the Omni movement and you constantly being in motion that like you really need to like let go of your stick, or again in my case take the fingers off of WASD when I go to pull the trigger, just so I know that the second I click, that is where my shot is going. So again, it could very well be that, but that is something that I wanted to talk about because it's like, dude, I feel like I'm just shooting right through people sometimes. One last thing, one last con just came to mind. I don't know what it is. I haven't really seen a lot of people running Ninja, but I think by default the footsteps are just almost non-existent. Granted, I play a lot of Respawn multiplayer where I'm not really listening for enemy footsteps. It's not like Search and Destroy where you feel like you need to use Ninja, but there's been plenty of times where I'll be like laying down or, you know, just sitting in a corner, reloading, getting ready to go again. Somebody runs right by me and I just don't even hear them. Maybe I'm just going deaf. I don't know. But yeah, I saw a lot of people talk about that, and definitely go ahead and let me know what you guys think about that. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I really do wish they gave us the option to test out the 20v20 skirmish mode in this game. Thinking back to the Cold War beta, they gave us the chance to test out that like, that 10v10, 20v20, Combined Arms was the name of the game mode, yeah. We had the chance to check out 20v20 Combined Arms, and I still remember, if I can find the clip, we had Assault, War from Call of Duty World at War, and I remember hitting like this quad headshot feed with a Pellington for the game winner. Lost my mind over that. I feel like it would have been a really cool thing to at least try that here in the beta, but oh well. Now, as far as the cons go, that's really all I got. There's not really a lot of negative things that I have to say about the core game in itself, aside from my initial complaints again that have already been addressed by Treyarch, and aside my little nitpicks and just little tidbits and pieces pieces of feedback, there's not really a lot of bad things that I have to say about this game. Truly, I've had a lot of fun playing this beta. This has been, again, like the best beta we've had in a long time. Now, I wanted to save this for last because I've already spent a ridiculous amount of time talking about it, and I'm sure, again, you've heard so many other people talking about it as well. The biggest thing about this beta, by far, the open mosh pit. Not having skill-based matchmaking, or again, just having it be such a less of an influence has just, again, made this game so much better. Just off my first impression, like, this game was already feeling good. Like, yeah, like, it's a nice feeling Treyarch COD. Looks good, feels good, guns feel great to use. But of course, the biggest complaint was, again, going to be skill-based matchmaking. Because we all know, no matter how good a Call of Duty game is, or again, like, in my personal experience, Modern Warfare 3, no matter how good a Call of Duty is, no matter how good the post-launch support is, skill-based matchmaking is always going to be a detriment of that. And the way that it's gone here in the beta has been just phenomenal. Communication and the fact that they kept it like right at the top of the playlist, so even the most casual players are going to click on it just to try it, that is phenomenal. And again, I really do hope that it carries over into the full launch of this game. Obviously, don't know what they're gonna do, but again, we all know the reason as to why, or at least can assume one of the big reasons as to why they're adjusting skill-based matchmaking now is the competition with Battlefield 6. I again would like to imagine with the competition going on that they're probably gonna keep something like this going on. Now, actually, I'm glad that I searched for a game here because the one thing that I wanted to talk about as well as far as like cons go, the spawns. I'm sorry, very quick side note with the way that the spawns work in this. Spawns are always something that could be tuned and adjusted, but I noticed that the game mode overload here is the only game mode with static inconsistent spawns, which again makes perfect sense, very similar to Ransack over in Black Ops 6, having the sticky spawns. Spawning on your side of the map, just defending your zones, it makes perfect sense. You can't have spawns flipping in this. But it has been one of my biggest pieces of feedback when it comes to a lot of the newer Call of Duties, and just that, like, things like domination zones and points, flags, almost feel like nothing now because you're always constantly flipping. Hardpoint, I feel like could use a little bit more work, just kind of depending on the map. Wherever the hardpoint is, whatever team your side is spawning on, the enemy team's going to be on the opposite side. I feel like that would just make the most sense. I know there's probably a lot more technicalities and whatnot to that, but with that, I also have noticed that there actually is some slight spawn protection in this game mode as well. Gotten a lot of sniping headshots on people that just spawned, and like, I get it. It is slightly annoying, but at the same time, I completely understand. But I really do think that just in general, not having skill-based matchmaking really just improved this game tenfold. No joke, without the skill-based matchmaking, I really do feel like it brought this game up so much higher in my rating for it. Yeah, again, really glad that I queued up for this game here because another con that I wanted to talk about. Another con real quick that I wanted to talk about is, once again, trying to play support, man. It's a thing in Black Ops 6, but oh my god, these score streaks are so tanky. I have this one clip, no joke, where it took 9 rockets. 9 rockets! And then some bullets from the LMG to finally take down a helicopter. Like, bro, that is too much! I know there's an overclock on some score streaks in the game that give them better protection against rockets, but we have got to find a middle ground here. Like, there's either got to be an overclock for the launcher or something that gives it more damage, that kind of like, think about it like stopping power and Juggernaut, like, kind of cancels each other out. Like, come on, dude. I'm annoyed about this because I'm the only support player on my team, like 90% of the time. So when I'm the only one trying to shoot the score streaks down and having to waste like so much time firing like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rockets at one helicopter is a bit ridiculous, even in Black Ops 6, but that's for another time. I know I'm an old head when it comes to Call of Duty, but I really miss the days where it would just take one stinger to shoot down your helicopter. I understand it's not Modern Warfare 2 anymore, where it would just take one stinger missile to shoot down your Harrier or your chopper, but I mean, like, make it like the Pavlo or something. Like, yeah, sure, pop a flare, whatever, but it should really only be like 1 or 2 other rockets to shoot it down. Anywhere between 5 and 9 is just ridiculous for the amount of rockets and damage these things have. We have definitely got to buff the launchers in this game. Please, as a support player, I am begging you. I again am so sorry for just jumping around topic to topic. I knew this was going to happen once I started playing the game. I was sitting there typing my notes earlier, just thinking like there's definitely going to be more to that, and yep, here we are. I already finished my whole yap session on the skill-based matchmaking. Talked about it so much, but I don't even need to say it anymore. Not having it in the game made the experience a million times better. It really did. But I did want to take just a little bit more time to talk about the maps in this game. Very big change and difference from Black Ops 6. They have a lot more color. The maps are actually like real 3-lane maps. The only map, in my opinion, that I feel like is like, yeah, that could be kind of seen as like a 2-lane map would be Toshin, but that's really just because of the way the map flows. It's very similar to something like Derelict, right? We have the train yard on Derelict, and it's like, yeah, the lanes are going between the two things of trains, and that's how a lot of the lanes feel in Black Ops 6, but here in BO7, it's very distinct. I feel like just by default across the board, the map design, the feel, flow, style is just a lot better than Black Ops 6. Very nice improvement. I really do enjoy all of the maps that we have here in the beta. I mean, I don't really care too much for something like Imprint. I didn't really like the Forge at first, but that was because of the doors, and again, they got the doors changed. Toshin's kind of grown on me a little bit. I was feeling pretty wary about that at first, but the more that I play Dom and Hardpoint on it, I'm like, okay, no, I definitely see the vision. I know that Nuketown's going to be coming back to the game, but a map like Blackheart here, Blackheart 24/7, this would go crazy for like double XP weekends. One of the big things about Black Ops 6 is that every map almost kind of feels like a cookie cutter from Avalon, and that's not the case here in BO7. The maps all feel like they have their own unique identity, so big fan, big upgrade on that, love it. I know I spent a lot of time talking about Dexterity and just the movement in this game, but it pairs so well with the maps as well. Like this whole wall bouncing thing, it works super well. A lot of the maps actually work, flow, feel really well. Not needing to rely on tack sprint or anything like that. I really do feel like the game just plays better without it. It's crazy. I have seen some people throughout the course of the beta running tack sprinter, but it's like, I feel like by default, you don't even really need it. Using tack sprinter over Dexterity, in my opinion, right now is crazy. But it's just off the feel of the maps, man. It's just, you don't even need it. It's so good without it. Very big fan again of the fact that Treyarch decided to flip the script on that this go around, that no tack sprint is the default. And if you really want a perk, then you can use it. I don't know. I know I'm a COD guy at the end of the day. Like, I'm always going to play Call of Duty. I'm always going to try to find the best thing. I try to give praise where I can give praise, but I also give criticism and feedback on that where it's necessary as well. Black Ops 7 really feels like Infinite Warfare as far as like a community response to it at first. Like, you see the reveal trailer, it was getting completely shit on. Naturally, of course, that's going to make a lot of people very worried about how Call of Duty is going to go over this year, but I don't know. After playing the BO7 for about a week now, I really do enjoy this game. Again, I said at the start, I was very happy that they extended the beta because I've been loving playing it. It kind of sucks that it's a somewhat similar situation to that of Modern Warfare 3, where it's like the sequel is better than the original game, but for what it's worth and the experience of it so far, I've really enjoyed it. Going into Black Ops 7 here, again with the idea as well of the post-launch support that we're supposed to have being better than Modern Warfare 3, the potential of this game is insane, and I really hope that Treyarch does not fumble the bag here. I know I said I wasn't going to compare it to Black Ops 6, naturally that's going to happen, but I don't even think it's outlandish to say that the launch of Black Ops 6 as well was great. It's just that we all know what ended up happening, and that like after season 1, the ball was just kind of dropped when it comes to BO6. Why did that door not open? I shot the door. I mean, well, no one was really over here anyway. Hold up. Maybe I gotta have a higher caliber weapon or something to shoot the door to open it. Hold that. Oh, that didn't hit. What? Come on. Give me that tomahawk. There we go.
Stay on task.
Gung Ho standing by.
Get the momentum.
UAV ready for target.
Another split quad feed. Dude. I mean, shots were feeling pretty good right there. Love that. But man, that's also another side note, dude. I really haven't hit anything on this beta. Like, every clip that I've got is either just highlights, split quad feeds. I got that one triple. I mean, but that's the thing though, is I'm not even like that fussed. I mean, yeah, I'm like slightly bothered by it. Yeah, because, you know, of course I want to hit clips, but it's not even like souring my mood that I haven't really hit clips, just because it's just that fun to play the game. No Triple H. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I really can't say it enough, man. I have had a great time playing this beta. I'm sad that it's ending, but the good news is, only got a month until the game comes out, got a lot of games to play in between that time. I recently restarted my GTA 4 playthrough. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I went back and I started playing Grand Theft Auto 4 again, so yeah, I've been really enjoying that. We got Battlefield 6 coming out, obviously going to be playing that. I really don't know what more to say. I've had a great time playing this. Not having skill-based matchmaking has been a huge factor in that. Will not stop glazing that. I am just so thankful that we're finally at this point in time, like finally, we might be breaking free from the shackles of that. Can't say it enough. Truly just had a great time with this game. I think me personally, I would rate this game like a solid 7.5, maybe an 8. At first, the way that I was feeling about this game, I was like, yeah, it's a 7 or so, because I really enjoyed, again, just the base feel of this game. But the second skill base got taken out, oh my god. The experience of that alone bumps it up a point and a half, or 2 at the most. Oh my god, that reminds me. One other nitpick that I have with this game, I can't believe I forgot to talk about it. The kill feed in this game. Do you guys notice how that blur just goes so far into like almost the center of the screen? It takes up like a third of it. Not only that, but when you get unsplit kills or just quick kills in succession where you are unsplit in the kill feed, there is that line behind your name. I guess it's there to like emphasize your moment in the kill feed, but it ends up like shifting everything around and it just doesn't look centered at all.
Got the hard point.
Oh my god. Yeah, that little line right there. This is absolutely me saying this as a sniper who loves to go for clips, but man, the kill feed, dude. Call of Duty literally had it perfect in 2007. Why did that ever change? COD had a near perfect kill feed for so long throughout the early stages of these video games. I understand changing it for the sake of like style to like match the theme of the game, but bro, putting it in the center of the screen to the left, put it back down to the lower left-hand corner, increase the size of it a little bit, increase the opacity. I mean, for a game like BO7, just model the kill feed after Black Ops 2. Every single kill feed, from COD 4 to Black Ops 2, they are perfect. That is exactly how every single kill feed should be in Call of Duty. Just like 2007 to 2012, you had it perfect. But that also kind of leads into my nitpick as well of just like wanting the old COD UI back. Like, man, just give me the faction logo in the lower left corner with the kill feed right above it. A Black Ops 3 styled HUD with the little faction logo down there. It would look so good. You could have that perfect for JSOC in the guild.
Got the hard point.
Gung Ho standing by.
All right, man. There it is. That was kind of a psychotic lobby. We had a lot of snipers in there going crazy. 52 and 40. I know this video was probably very long, but again, if you made it to this point in the video and you haven't already, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below. What do you guys think about the BO7 beta? What, again, is your final rating out of 10? Me personally, I think I would comfortably give it a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. I didn't even mention this as well, but Zombies. Zombies was really cool. I played it for a game, got to round 50, had a lot of fun with that. Really enjoyed Zombies. That looks great. It's just my little nitpicks. Seeing how this game really goes in due time will either really increase the rating or decrease the rating if something goes really wrong with this game, but I hope that's not going to be the case. But anyways, I've spent far too much time yapping. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. I really hope you all enjoyed the beta, and here we go. The final stretch to November 14th is here.